angels. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do readings for something that's been coming in from spirit, like in regards to divine feminine, divine masculine. So, divine feminine has been coming in with like Lilith energy, and then the divine masculine has been coming in with Chiron energy. And I feel like that might be just where they're at within the collective right now, or where they would most benefit from. If you're in a certain wave, like if you're in a place that resonates, like you even know what the hell I'm talking about when I say those words, like it might depend on that, because if you don't really, I don't think you would really need to follow astrology, but just like those are basic concepts that I think like a lot of people just they realize, like, oh, like that, isn't that Chiron, like beat up dude. um and then Lilith is like the dark goddess energy. She was the first lady. Then they were like, we're gonna replace the first lady, kind of like the Princess Diana situation that happened over there. I was thinking about that when I was seeing all of like the stuff, and like once you click on one thing to do with something, it's like you go into that world. Um, so I've been seeing all of the like royal family stuff, like Camilla, blah blah blah. I'm like, I didn't even know who these people were. Like I heard of them back in the day when they were like newsworthy for me, because I guess I haven't watched TV in a long time. Um, I don't watch TV. I don't pay attention to normal world stuff. I live in like a fucking fairy tale place, kind of. But that's probably like trauma response. No, I have a foot in reality, but I don't listen to mainstream media. I don't follow that stuff. Like, if I pay attention to something, it's usually connected to a bigger mission. Like, it's like a higher powered message behind it that I'm gonna be learning about. Um, like the last thing that it was freaking Johnny Depp and his divorce thing. Like, I got sucked into that because I went on to a place that I never even go on to. I have one, I just don't ever go there. Like, if anything gets posted there, it's because it went directly there because of a result of me doing it somewhere else, and it's sending it there too. Um, but I ended up connecting with this message that was resonating to like a question I had for somebody in my life. Like, why is this person in my life? What the fuck do they want? Like, how could they be here? I can feel that they hate me. I can feel that they're like intentionally trying to hurt me with their stuff. But we're at the same time like, I love you so much. Like, they didn't. It was so messed up. That's what, like, some of the behaviors that Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp were the same thing. Like, she was like mocking him, like wearing the same clothes the next day. And narcissists do that to people that they hate because they hate them, but they want everybody that likes them to like them the way that they like them. So they try to be like them, but they hate them at the same time. And it's so fucked up. But I'm sure there's others out there who've experienced that. That's the only reason why I got like, oh my god, when that was happening, because I could not figure it out. Like, why is this person like living a fucking like mirror to my life? Like, what is going on? Like, how could they even, And I didn't notice it at first. Like, it took time, and like the little digs underneath the surface that are like, do you like me or not? Like, like I can't tell. Um, that's not usually a good sign. But if you've grown up with narcissistic people, you've been through narcissistic abuse in relationship with somebody, you can tend to attract those types of things. And I feel like a lot of people out there have. And you may see things show up in all of your connections. Like, it may stem from a family member. It doesn't mean that you like have to like exile yourself from, like, say like your dad was just not like on top of his game because he was a fucking person that had his own problems. You can't hold it accountable for the rest of your life. Like, okay, well, like, yeah, he was fucked up. He probably should not have had me like in that condition, but I happened anyway. So he did what he could do with what he had. But like, there's there's nothing we can do. We just learn and we keep growing. And if I didn't come in to the circumstances that I came into, I wouldn't have become who I am, and I wouldn't have done what I've done. And I think that there's a reason for it all. It may not be like the most glorious of things to experience, but at least it's making a difference for people everywhere, you know? Because when one person is impacted better, more people around them get impacted better, and the energy and the vibration that we all have does impact the collectives. If we keep switching people on or making them more aware, taking back their power, we can eventually flip the fucking script, yeah. You know, the tipping point, basically. Like, you know, there's gonna be a tipping point. If enough fucking matches fall, eventually they all crumble. And then there's 0 point, which I found out is a real thing. I was like, oh my god, like it's actually, but it's like a real thing. Like it's an event. There's an event coming. And I'm not one of those people. Like I gave up on hope of any type of event or any type of thing happening back when I first woke up and went through the gullible stage of thinking like every channeler must be correct. But they weren't. A lot of them lied, or not even lied. It's just maybe the reality that they live in or whatever they are doing. I don't know. But I know that like it's very unlikely that I will say time. Like I'll give you like a roundabout, like maybe, I don't know. Like I got cards that say fucking times, we'll see what they say. But I'm not, because your reality's shifted every moment of every day by the thoughts that you're thinking. Like if you choose to go left, that's the destiny that you're playing out. If you choose to go right, that's the destiny that you're playing. And you have free will. But spirit can be very fucking like convincing to do things if you if they want you to do them. Like when I was called to do shamanic stuff, that wasn't really a question. I found out it was more so you're doing this and we're doing it where we said to do it, so stop fucking time and wasting time and just fucking do it. And I was like, oh god, okay, I guess doing it. And I did, but it changed my life for the better. So just know that when you fucking do the things that the spirits are guiding you to do, life gets better. And it's funny that I'm saying that because I see 2 of wands, 2 of swords here. And by the way, I'm reading under that energy of Lilith, like asking what Lilith message energy needs to be shared to those divine feminines who have an idea what we're talking about, or realize that like there's bigger things at play. Like if you have that idea and realizing like, okay, like when we come in here coded. We've got like a fucking frequency vibration on the day that we came in, from the planets that were aligned at that time to the stars that were like positioned, and all of that stuff does play a part. I used to think it was like fucking bullshit, like man, that's nothing. But then I realized like how fucking specific it is. It's not a general like, you're a Taurus. Like, yeah, you could be a Taurus, but if you have a Capricorn moon with a fucking this Venus and that blah blah blah, you're not gonna be just your everyday run-of-the-mill same old Taurus. Like there isn't even that consisting of a thing. Like because everybody's influenced, there's like some pretty standard like, you're gonna be stubborn. Okay, we're all stubborn. We get that. I think we all get that. Probably. Maybe they're too, like, they can't admit that they're stubborn, but they'd be too stubborn to admit that if they wanted to go that route. So if you have one of them in your life, they may just be being stubborn about admitting it. But it doesn't matter. Like, there's a few basic things, but then there's a lot of things that are, like, you could be very outgoing, or you could be a total hermit and never talk to anybody. Like, my North Node is the same North Node as a lot of other people that were born during that time. So the opposite of that is like more, it would fit me more, but it doesn't. It fits like, no, like it doesn't make sense at the base of it, but when you see where it's like aligned with everything else. So I've been trying to figure that shit out, learn that stuff, because it does actually help you in making decisions, or it does help you in knowing at least, like, why the fuck am I so fucked in that area? Or why does everything bad happen to me, like, surrounding that? Even just having a Capricorn moon, you're more likely to have had a fucked up situation with your mom. Like, what? How How do we know that? But we do. So some of it, like, cause I do a lot of like just knowing, like I just know shit. I don't need to know where the stars are to know that information, but it does help with the logical parts of things to be like, hmm, yeah, everybody else is born with that thing. They all seem to have a fucking shitty mom situation, so maybe. But that's that's good. I like that. I like being, because even the Egyptians, you tie it back to the Egyptians, and they're like, they knew that there was some like logical like system here. Like, okay, every day that sun comes up and every night it goes down, and then there's that other thing that comes through, and every 28 days it does this thing. So like we're building something here on a fucking system, and that's how everything is a system. If you want something to work good, you set up a system. You consistently run the system, and then things work out. If you fucking throw a wrench into the system, things don't work out. And a lot of times we can make decisions that throw a wrench into the fucking system. And then you get the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, because it's like, I'm so sad. I fucked myself over. I made bad decisions. I'm an asshole. Karma doesn't feel good because you did something bad. But then you get out of there and you do better. Or you go back in. But there's the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So I feel like somebody was greedy and is actually leading them to missing out on good stuff. Because now they're in the Five of Pentacles. Now they're in the Five of Swords. And this is like, oh boy, like I defeated my best friend. Like I hurt the thing that I was supposed to, like, you know, be good to. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Now I feel bad. And it's gonna take some strength for me to even fucking admit that I'm a dick on that level. But if I want to be him, to get to here, the Ten of Pentacles, ultimate fulfillment, I need to be as good and grounded as sweet, loving, nurturing, you know, compassionate, Ten of Cup, Ten of Pentacle, Ten of fucking wish come true type of love that spirit already fucking told you is the only way it's gonna be, but you're too stupid. You wanna test the fucking system. And the High Priestess knows everything anyways already, so you probably aren't too worried about anything that really does happen, but it still hurts. It still makes you have to get stronger to overcome self-sabotaging, bad, negative thoughts that you get as a result of the bullshit that this person does to you, because they are immature and they don't know how to harvest things and let them grow appropriately. But they are your mirror, they are your person. There is something there that is a lesson that will probably still not really matter in the grand scheme of the fact that you both have unconditional love. So you're just gonna keep caring. But you don't have to do anything, like, you don't have to be with somebody just because you care about them. Like, if they keep running away from you, if they keep hurting you, if they keep showing you that the care that you have for them is not enough to make them stop being a fucking playboy, or to, you know, rush back on it and to say some stupid bullshit, then bring in more competition and conflict and not make the right choices that heals the connection, and instead fucking they just take crazy action and they're not equal balanced in their shit that they do with you, so you have a hard time getting to temperance. But when they do equal give and take with you, and they do speak their truth and their integrity of who they truly are supposed to be, like, they just let their fucking wand do the talking sometimes because they have a little bit of that in them. But at their core, at their heart, at their moon, they have the Hierophant, which is commitment, stability, tradition. It's all the things that, you know, we are told to, you know, take your time, go slow, you know, figure it out, don't rush in. Only fools rush in, but sometimes you have to be foolish to get the Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes just being safe on the fucking sideline doesn't get you there. Sometimes that just takes you to the Ten of Swords, or it is painful and it hurts and it sucks, and it's like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I juggle? Why did I be stupid and break my own heart? And I could have been happy. Oh, so happy. But they may want a new start. A value. They may have to get pretty fucking creative on how they think they're going to pull that off. Because I feel like you've made a decision to no longer be hurt or in that energy of, oh my god, what's the matter? An illusion land of like, let me make it better. Because you can't make it better. You can only focus on you. So you could become the Empress, which the Empress lives in a union with herself. So she doesn't need him. She doesn't need anybody. She's got the intuition. She sees the dark. She embraces her inner shadow. She speaks her fucking truth unapologetically. Doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And lets them be. And that gives her peace. That lets her fucking live her life without feeling like, oh my god, everything I do fucks up. Sometimes that's the only way you can go. It's like, I gotta just laugh this shit off and hope for justice in the end. Because you probably had the fucking devil burn you quite a few times. But I feel like you will probably hear or have something shift inside of your life that is going to heal. I feel like you have already kind of shifted into this person with healing your inner child so that you can recognize your own value. And when you do that, other people will recognize your value, because you can't, expect other people to be able to see it when you don't, but you could expect it, because they do. People do fucking see it. They just take advantage of the fact that you don't see it a lot of times, but that doesn't give an excuse for you not to see it, because once you see it, you'll stay happy. You won't be like, let me fucking worry about what this shit person thinks. Like, you'll realize, like, oh shit, people fucking, we don't want those. Like, I have standards, I have morals, I have, things inside of me that I abide by, and I'm not gonna fucking waver from. So, maybe you've seen from a new perspective, or, you've had some sort of clarity, there's just been something that has shifted. It's giving you like a logical even type of like, well, you know what, logically I don't give a fuck, because like, you've just come to some conclusion, probably through pain. Trauma can do this to you. You can get to a point where you're just broken in that area, and it's not gonna fix, like, oh, easy peasy. Like, it's either gonna take something fucking big or time. So I feel like, yeah, it's like you're moving into mental clarity towards, like, it's not that you're a hot mess, it's just that you're shut down there. Like, you just, like, I feel like there was like a lot of light on. It was like a fucking generator place. It was like, this is a powerhouse, everybody, oh my god, like, that's bright. You took it down. And now it's gone. Yeah, look at that. Now it's behind that fucking wall. That's that segment energy. Like, this is guarded. I'm protected. There's the Queen of Swords. She's like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it unless you're fucking, like, praising the Lord and doing something magical and mystical that, like, shows an incredible value that has been lost in the eyes of the beholder due to pain and due to fear and due to like I know you fucking say some shit and do some stuff and you pretend real well, but I feel like under the surface you're a piece of shit, so I'm afraid. And that's protecting you from having more of these, because this person can't handle you. And like the phoenix rising through the ashes, your destiny is to be ultimately fulfilled and to have an emperor. So either way, somebody's going to show up to save the day. It may not take it may not be next tomorrow or whatever, like, but everything that you wanted, a strong commitment and a solid, like, moving towards something that fucking matters. It's not going to be wicked slow. It's just not going to be like, well, obviously, like, wherever you're at in life, it may be like, wow, I would have thought that I would be here by now, or that, like, somewhere along the way I would have found the happiness, or maybe you thought you're on your way there, and then it fucking got pulled out from underneath you. So, you could have felt like, oh, ouch, I lost my thing that made me feel great. but whatever is happening is healing this. So it's all ego bullshit. It's all illusions. It's all like, you've got to go through this to learn the best thing ever. And sometimes you're just a catalyst for another person to learn because you're just a stronger soul than them. And it's like, you can handle your shit. You're not gonna fucking have like a mental breakdown and go to the hospital or something over this. You're just here to teach through showing and being honest and just doing the work so that you can heal and walk away from anything that's not serving you. But you will have, there's the soulmate wish come true. It just may not be like early on in life because you had to go through some shit and figure out your way. But love will be there for you in the end. So don't let your mind fuck you up because that will stop it. And you are the high priestess. Like, you know there's somebody watching you. You know there's somebody who wants to fucking say something, that's got the fucking passion for you, that has all of the things that you have. And they do want this. They're just fucking afraid. And stupid. It's like that was like so not that like took over. Like, okay. Two different versions inside. There's like Chiron and Lilith. Like, whoa. Wow, new idea. New truth. New clarity. Oh, seeing from the fucking new place. I'm an empress. I got my value, my worth. I'm gonna get my commitment, my, spiritual commitment, because I fucking carried my burdens, and I've been sad long the fuck enough. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm choosing not to do it. So, I'm gonna be a little greedy now, and say fuck you. And you will have to work hard to get your victory as an emperor, and get your 10 of Pentacles for your destiny. Old self has to die. The ego, and it will happen either way, because that's just how spiritual commitments are. You don't get out of them. Like I said, I didn't choose some of the shit I've had to do. I'm like, oh my god. I am so traumatized. But I know it's made me a better person than I used to be. Even to myself, which is the most important part. So, be good to yourselves. Don't let people like this fuck you up too much. Know that you do deserve clarity and illumination and true love. And you will have it. Just keep boundaries up, protect yourself, bite the motherfucker's head off if you need to, and run away from them for a while so they get their shit right and realize what the fuck they've been doing. And embrace their little secret so that you can have your union. In Renee, namaste.